Did you hear that scream?
It came from Okori's compound.
The whole village of Umuofia woke up when Ada screamed in the middle of the night. Her cry was so loud that the dogs stopped barking and birds flew from the trees. Amaka has taken him! My own sister has taken him! She shouted. People rushed out with lanterns. Ada was on the ground, her hair loose, her eyes wild with tears. She kept pointing at her father's compound like someone who had just seen a ghost. No one understood the words that night, but before the moon set, a secret older than jealousy had been opened. The Okorie family had 2 daughters. Ada was the first, tall, fair, soft-voiced, and very beautiful. Amaka was the second, quiet, simple, and always walking behind her sister. In the village, people said, Ada's beauty can stop rain. Young men followed her like ants follow a trail of sugar. But Ada laughed at them all. She always said, I will not marry a village man. I want a city husband. Men came with goats, yams, and palm wine. They knelt and begged her parents for her hand in marriage. Ada rejected every one of them. She would tell her mother, I want a man who wears shoes every day. I want a man who speaks good English and knows the world. Her parents were worried, but Ada's eyes were already in the city. One hot afternoon, a young man arrived on a motorbike. His name was Kunle, a youth corper posted to their village school. He wore glasses, spoke softly, and carried books. Ada saw him and her heart shifted. She whispered, This is my husband. From that day, Ada's life changed. Ada began waking up before sunrise. She fetched water, swept Kunle's house, and cooked his meals. She washed his clothes by the river with singing lips. She stopped attending her lessons. She stopped meeting her friends. Her world became all about Kunle. Kunle smiled at her kindness, but his heart was looking somewhere else. Amaka watched everything. She saw how Ada worked herself thin for Kunle. She saw Kunle's eyes follow her own steps lustfully. Whenever Amaka passed, Kunle would pause. Whenever she spoke, he would listen closely because she was more fluent than Ada. Ada never noticed. Love had covered her eyes. One evening, Kunle asked Amaka to help him mark exam papers. They sat late into the night under the mango tree. Laughter flowed easily. Ada was at the river washing Kunle's clothes. She hummed his name like a prayer. That night, something dangerous was born. Kunle began finding reasons to see Amaka. He stopped eating Ada's food. He stopped thanking her for her work. Ada felt the change but blamed herself. She worked harder. She loved deeper. Sometimes, love destroys the lover first. Ada's mother noticed her fading face. She pulled her aside and said, Child, a man that belongs to you will not hide his heart. Ada shook her head. He is just busy. He is a city man. The mother sighed. Some lessons cannot be taught. They must be learned. That night, Kunle poured out his heart in a letter he wrote to Amaka. And the next morning, Kunle left a letter on the table as he was late for school. Ada came to Kunle's house for her usual chores. She found the letter and began to read with shaking hands. Her face went pale. Her knees failed her. The letter was not for her. It was for Amaka. Ada read the letter again and again. My dear Amaka, I cannot hide my heart anymore. I love you. The words caught her like broken glass. Her hands trembled. Her heart refused to accept it. Her own sister, her own blood. She folded the letter and waited. That evening, Ada called Amaka aside. She showed her the letter without a word. Amaka's face went white. They stood in silence. Then Amaka whispered, "It just happened." Ada's heart shattered. Ada stopped speaking. She stopped eating. She stopped smiling. Kule avoided her eyes. Amaka avoided her shadow. The house was full, but peace had left. Ada finally confronted Kule, who finally spoke. "I never promised you marriage," he said softly. "My heart chose Amaka." Ada felt the world fall apart. Their mother wept openly. "What have I done to deserve this in my house?" The father said nothing. Sometimes silence is heavier than anger. Whispers spread like fire. "The copper loves the younger one. See how Ada has wasted herself." Ada's name became a lesson. Kule went to the parents with Kola. He asked for Amaka's hand in marriage. The parents were confused but could not stop him. Ada watched from the doorway, empty. Amaka could not meet Ada's eyes. But she did not stop the wedding. She followed her heart. Love can make cowards of us all. Ada packed her small bag. She looked at her reflection in the mirror. She no longer recognized the girl she had been. She whispered, "I will leave before I die here." The wedding drums were being tested. Guests were arriving. But Ada was nowhere to be found. Only her empty room remained. Ada walked alone to the next town. Her feet were blistered. Her eyes were dry from too much crying. Sometimes, pain pushes us into new lives. A kind woman found Ada sleeping at her doorstep. She gave her water and food. She asked no questions. Ada's healing began there. Ada learned sewing. She learned to read again. She learned to smile again. She discovered her worth. Slowly, light returned. A trader named Ifeanyi noticed her work. He respected her silence. He admired her strength. His love was calm, not loud. News finally reached Ada's village. "Ada is alive. She is doing well." Amaka wept when she heard it. Guilt has its own voice. Amaka married Kunle and remained in the village, but peace never came. Kule's love faded with time. He had promised to take Amaka to the city, but he never did because he lied about being a city boy. They argued often. Happiness is not something that can be stolen. It must be built. Years later, Ada returned. She was strong. She was glowing. The village people barely recognized her. Amaka fell to her knees. "Forgive me. I know I've hurt you in the past, and right now I regret all of it," she cried. Ada looked at her quietly. She told her to get up, and they hugged each other. Some wounds close, some leave scars. Ada held Amaka's hands. "I forgive you," she said, "but I will not return to what broke me." She turned and walked away. As Ada left the village, a messenger ran after her. "Ifeanyi is waiting for you. He says the bride has arrived." Ada paused. The future opened before her. Ada followed the messenger to the edge of the village. There, beneath the old udala tree, stood Ifeanyi. He looked nervous, holding a small box in his hands. "I came for you," he said simply. Ada's heart trembled. Some people meet you in your pain. Some meet you in your future. Ifeanyi knelt. "I do not have much," he said, "but my heart is steady. Will you marry me?" Ada's eyes filled with tears. This was the question she had once begged another man for and was denied. She whispered, "Yes." There was no crowd, no loud drums, only peace. They married in the next town. Ada smiled the way she had forgotten how to. Some loves heal, some loves grow. Ada opened her sewing shop. Ifeanyi supported her in every step of her decisions. Their home was small but warm. Every night they ate together. Every night they laughed. This was the life Ada once thought only city men could give. Back in the village, Kule's job ended. He began drinking. Amaka cried often. Their house had food, but no peace. One afternoon, Amaka appeared at Ada's shop. She looked thin. Her eyes were tired. She whispered, "I wanted your life, but I destroyed my own." Ada held her hands and wept with her. Amaka brought the old love letter, the same one Ada had once read in pain. She returned it to her sister. "Burn it," she said. Ada did. Years passed. Ada gave birth to a baby girl. They named her Uche, meaning hope. When Ada held her, she understood everything. Her suffering had not been wasted. Before Kule left the village forever, he sent a letter. "I chose wrong, and I'm sorry for how I betrayed you." Ada read it once. Then she smiled and closed the book of her past. Ada stood in front of her shop at sunset. Her child laughed. Her husband called her inside. She whispered to herself, "I lost what I wanted and found what I needed." The person who betrays you may take your season, but they can never take your destiny.